Noah, we're back for the second episode of Zoomer Philosophy. What were we going to talk about?
We were going to talk about, I believe, the next step after what gender identity is, being an individual. And also, being an individual, of course, we have to talk about the prisoner.
I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own.
For official purposes, everyone has a number. Yours is number 6.
I am not a number. I am a person.
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Yeah, we brought up the prisoner in the first episode.
But it seems that those people in the crowd were really trying to say, let's go Brandon, but they fucked up and they were saying, fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
It's very sad for them,
Yeah.
It might be part
Sounds like something out of The Prisoner.
Oh, yes.
Where there's maybe some sort of subsonic device that's programming people's minds to control what they say.
All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Yeah.
Let's go back to gender.
Yeah.
So,
you never made me watch The Prisoner. How would I be able to discuss this with you?
So the point is that since that first Zoomer Philosophy,
yes,
you and I have spent many an hour
watching
The Prisoner together.
Yes, we have.
And The Prisoner was a show that aired on the BBC, on ITV.
Yeah, ITV, yes.
In 1968. It was commercial television.
Yeah.
And it kind of came out of a show starring Patrick McGoohan called Danger Man.
It did, yes, Danger Man, which I have not seen much of, and then you tried to show it to me, and I thought it was sort of, not The Prisoner, and I didn't like it much. But
I tried to show it to you, and you thought it was
boring. Yeah.
Because it was black and white.
That's not why I thought it was boring.
Every government has its Secret Service branch. America, its CIA, France, Deuxième Bureau, England, MI5. My messy job? Well, that's when they usually call on me or someone like me. Oh, yes. My name is Drake. John Drake.
But let's talk about The Prisoner instead of Danger Man. What would you say you liked most about The Prisoner?
How sexy Patrick McGoohan is my favorite part about The Prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
My second favorite part about The Prisoner would probably be all of the weird, sci-fi, items that they have in it. With the little teeter-totter that goes in a circle as well as up and down, and then they're spying on each other or something. It's great.
Well, it's an interesting control room that they have. The Prisoner is about a spy who resigns from the British Secret Service. We see him storm in, slam his fist on the desk, knock over a cup of tea.
Yeah, I think
so it's serious. And then maybe we could play it during this monologue.
Yeah, during this bit we'll play it.
And then he goes home, starts packing his bag. He's headed out, and then the gas comes into the apartment that he's in, his home, his walk up.
Yeah.
And
he's
then
brought
he wakes
to
up
in resort.
Well, he wakes up in the same place, seemingly on the inside.
Yeah.
But when he looks out the window, he finds that he is no longer in London, but taken away to some sort of island resort or faraway resort location.
Yeah.
And that he's under surveillance.
Yeah.
And that he has been given a number. His number is number 6. And they want to know why he resigned.
Indeed.
So the whole series, is a series of 17 episodes, is the struggle between an individual spy on an island filled with conformists and guards, and there's
trying to get information from him. They want to know why he resigned.
Each week there's a new warden, a new number 2. He wants to know who number 1 is, and they want to know why he resigned, and they want to get him to give them information.
Yes.
So we need to go to the philosophy part.
Do we?
Of Zoomer Philosophy at this point. Enough of this prattle.
Okay.
Well, The Prisoner very much has a feeling of the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also it might seem like it's very much a boomer kind of show.
Yeah.
Because there's maybe a new left sensibility to it, or certainly like a
I do see what you mean.
psychedelic era sensibility to it. Patrick McGoohan himself was not a baby boomer.
Yes, no, he's probably part of the greatest generation.
Yeah, I believe he was. No, well, let's see.
Because that's the generation that came before, which is maybe why she kept on prattling on about him, is because he was so great. But,
let's see. The greatest generation, they would have been born... No, yeah, so he was not part of the greatest generation. No.
Okay.
They would have been... The greatest generation would have been born from 1901 to 1927.
Oh, the silent generation.
Yeah, he was part of the silent generation. The silent generation is a cohort following the greatest generation and preceding the baby boomers. The silent generation is generally defined as people born from 1928 to 1945. It was a small generation, and they're sort of an in-between.
Yeah.
So like
Gen X.
Like Gen X.
Yeah.
So these in-between generations, and I think, the way it would go here, it'd be like, it would go silent generation, Generation X, Zoomers.
Yeah.
See? So you as a Zoomer, and I as Generation X, and Patrick McGoohan as part of the silent generation, all share the same basic principled stance, which is that we are not a number, but we are a free man.
Yes, we're free men, which I have a problem with based on last episode about why, gender isn't particularly real and it's all sort of this made up concept. But yes, we're free.
Oh yeah, we're not free men. We're free whatever.
Yeah, we're free dicks on people. And, I remember someone complained about how it'd be transphobic to say it was dicks on a woman. But anyways, so I'm going to now refer to everyone as a dick person or a vagina person. And those are now the new pronouns.
And so we are free
dick people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're dick people.
Because we've abolished gender.
Yeah, we've abolished gender now.
As only a member of the silent generation or Generation X or a Zoomer could do.
Yes. We're very special that way.
But one of the things about Patrick McGoohan is that he was a traditional Catholic.
Yeah.
And he had a strong sense of faith. And that it was that faith that made him want to oppose what he saw as a too progressive, technologically, what he saw as a too progressive, so I'm going to just cut.
Are you going to cut that out?
I can't even get it out.
Too progressive.
It's so wrong-headed.
Yeah.
What he saw as a society that was too progressive, too enamored with technology. Do you think that that sometimes the urge to conserve and to hold on to what you feel is your most cherished set of principles, maybe to hold on to your heritage, or your sense of self, could be actually important? I was going to say kind of progressive, but could be important in the struggle for liberation. Not necessarily for progress in the abstract or progress in every domain, but in order to have a group of people, a generation, say, break free from the structures of society that oppress them now. Mm-hmm. Do you think that maybe this turning to a faith or a tradition or a sense of self or just a set of principles might be a part of that? Or am I just a backwards idealist?
I don't think you're a backwards idealist because I don't believe that you agree with Patrick McGoohan on this. Am I wrong?
About what?
I don't think that because simply you said before, you said it was backwards. But,
well,
I don't...
Well, like one thing he didn't want to do was become James Bond. They offered him the part of James Bond.
Yeah, but he denied it because he thought it was not suitable for television.
No, he didn't want to be associated with the James Bond character in movies even, because he thought that character was too simplistic and also had the wrong sets of values. It was the Bond character was
So then he went and
egotistical, womanizing, representative of the state, and who went around, taking advantage of women and shooting people. That's not what Patrick McGoohan wanted to be about.
Yeah.
Even though he played
a rapist in one.
Well, he did play a rapist in a movie, but that was probably not a heroic character the way Bond was meant to be a heroic character.
He also played a character, I remember we were watching this and I was wondering, like, oh, he's a Catholic. Do you think that he was against the gays? And, you said, oh, well, I don't think so. And something that I remembered is that I looked at his filmography and it said that, one of them, he was in a movie where he threw out his son's gay lover from a window.
It's sort of played for laughs, I think.
Is it?
Actually, you know what? It was shocking when I saw it. I've seen that scene and it was shocking. It was abrupt. It was surprising.
Yeah.
So maybe some people laughed because of the surprise of it. But, I don't know if McGoohan... Maybe we could Google that. What are McGoohan's views on homosexuality? Says here, married McGoohan, now dead, was a bisexual, according to some
Patrick
random
McGoohan
Google
is
group.
Bisexual?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Well, that sounds right to me. Being one of them myself, I would like to claim that I am Patrick McGoohan incarnate.
No.
And I also believe in Jesus Christ, the father of my 3 sons.
Hi, welcome to our show.
McGoohan himself was not gay, according to datalounge.com. One senses that the long-range psychological effects of Catholic upbringing at play in McGoohan's thought processes here. It was typically paradoxical, therefore, that when the next question in this interview was about the recently enacted bill legalizing homosexuality, McGoohan's response was entirely liberal and advanced to the times. Homosexuals are a fact of society. It was a progressive and very humane bill. That he should have afforded homosexuals the rights they deserved to practice consensual sex with whoever they choose is startling when in the previous sentence he condemned the use of an advance that would free literally millions of women from the dangers of unwanted pregnancy, unlicensed and dangerous abortions, and a life they might not have opted for given the choice. He said that he thought the pill was more dangerous than the bomb.
Why is that?
Because it hits at the very root of what a human being is. It interferes with the natural function of the body, and we don't yet know medically what the repercussions of its long usage will be.
Okay, wait, so what's his opinion on condoms?
I don't know. That doesn't come up.
Because...
He says, I have 2 guiding lights before me every second of my working day. The first is my daughter's, the second, my religion. Every hero since Jesus Christ has been moral. He wasn't a coward. Like John Drake, he fought his battles fiercely, but honorably. And, of course, John Drake was...
his character
in Danger Man.
Danger Man.
Yeah.
So wait, he thinks John Drake was a coward?
No.
Oh, he wasn't a coward like... He wasn't a coward.
Period.
Like John Drake, he fought his battles fiercely, but honorably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So McGoohan was a complicated character. He was a religious man, but nonetheless, The Prisoner, I think, is an important TV show for our times because, in a time of ever-growing government surveillance, more and more acquiescence to an intrusive state.
Father, you should slightly go back because the light is getting really on your face. I remember.
But we got to be closer to the mic.
Do we? Do we got to be close to the mic? All right. Let me get in here.
All right.
Hello.
So I think maybe we've done enough. We've got 21
minutes. I don't think
minutes.
we have enough.
What
I don't think we talked about individuality yet.
What would you like to say about individuality?
I think that individuality is an important part, and I think that a lot of people fear that if there is what I'll hear arguments against like Marxism and like the liberation of the working class, is that, well, if we don't have capitalism and exploitation of our laborers, how will people have freedoms like to just like to create media that they want if everything is a communal activity?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think I need a haircut?
I think you're